Here's your wrestling news for May 19th, 2023, and we're kicking off with Roman Reigns, as it's been confirmed that he will be appearing at Money in the Bank in a rare appearance for the Tribal Chief. Given Reigns' limited schedule, his matches are always a huge deal, but his next match could be his most personal yet. As WRKD Wrestling reported, WWE is considering a tag team match for the event in London, which would see Reigns and Solo Sikoa take on the Usos. As we've seen on TV, it's clear that there are tensions within the Bloodline, as Reigns and the Usos are evidently not on the same page. It's these issues within the group that has led Reigns and Sikoa to challenge for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships at Night of Champions, as the Tribal Chief doesn't trust Jimmy and Jay to get the job done. As always, plans could change between now and Money in the Bank, but if what we've seen on TV is anything to go by, expect the end of the Bloodline within a matter of weeks. But what do you make to these plans? Is this a tag match you want to see in London? Share your opinions in the comments below. For Solo Sikoa, this match will be a huge outing for him, less than a year after his arrival on the main roster. Sikoa has been one of the most dominantly booked stars over the past year, and we can expect even bigger things for him in the years to come. While speaking to Give Me Sport, WrestleVotes explained that WWE sees Sikoa as a bona fide main event heel for at least the next decade, and he isn't the only one. The promotion also has a similarly high opinion of Gunther, who, like Sikoa, is one of the most dominant heels already on TV. The Austrian powerhouse is already closing in on the Honky Tonk Man's record-long reign as Intercontinental Champion, and many believe that he'll be moving to the world title picture in due time. Already, Sikoa and Gunther are making serious waves in their current positions on WWE programming, and expect even bigger things in the decade to come for the careers of both superstars. This week, AEW confirmed plans for its upcoming Collision show, which will begin airing next month on TNT. Already, some of the company's most interesting names, including FTR, Miro, Thunder Rosa, Samoa Joe, and others, have been tied to the show, but one huge name will be working backstage. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reports that Bryan Danielson will be helping out behind the scenes as part of the Collision creative team, a role that the former world champion is familiar with. During his WWE tenure, Danielson worked closely with, and later part of, the company's creative team, and was an intrinsic member of the team when he was sidelined. WWE sources who spoke to Fightful had great things to say about him under the role, and it was noted that his demeanor and expertise as part of creative was very helpful. Now Danielson will bring his skills to AEW Collision, and while we don't know if he'll be appearing on the show, his presence will be felt in the company's next major project. In July, WWE will travel to London to host its Money in the Bank Premium Live event, the latest major WWE show to take place outside of the continental United States. The event will follow on from the likes of Elimination Chamber in Canada, Clash at the Castle in Wales, and WWE's Saudi shows, and we now know where WWE is going next. When WWE CEO Nick Khan spoke at the SVB Moffett-Nathanson Technology, Media and Telecom Conference in New York City, he revealed that WWE is heading to India for a show, which will happen this September. While it is believed that this show won't be a premium live event like the others, the fact that it is happening is a huge deal, as it's been over 5 years since WWE last held a show in the subcontinent. In December 2022, it was reported that a huge India show would be taking place in January of 2023, but that show was never officially announced and didn't take place. At the time, Dave Meltzer reported that plans fell through due to ongoing negotiations between WWE and its television partner in India, Sony 6, but now Indian fans will finally get the chance to see WWE live again. But before WWE heads to India, the company will travel to Saudi Arabia in a couple of weeks for the much-anticipated Night of Champions event. As the name suggests, there will be plenty of gold on the line at the show, including the new World Heavyweight Championship, and the show will also see the United States title be defended. According to a proven source who goes by the name BWE, WWE has plans for Austin Theory to defend his title, and he'll be putting his gold on the line against Sheamus. Sheamus is already a two-time US champion, having won the title in 2011 and 2021, and now the Celtic Warrior is ready to have a third reign with the gold. While Sheamus is just one Intercontinental title win away from winning the Grand Slam, he won't do that while he and Gunther are on separate brands, but the veteran could be leaving Jeddah as the new United States champion. Night of Champions will see some of the biggest names in WWE today appear, but it could also see someone fans haven't seen in months. In an update, BWE reports that Alexa Bliss is still on the company's promotional roster for the show, despite not having appeared since January's Royal Rumble. This is a huge development for Bliss, who was not eligible during the recent draft, and there's no word on what WWE will do with her at the show if she ends up being used. Interestingly, Bliss's most recent opponent, Bianca Belair, will be defending her Raw Women's Championship against Asuka at the event, and perhaps the goddess feels that payback is in store. After her loss to Belair at the Royal Rumble, Uncle Howdy appeared on screens and teased some kind of angle with Bliss. With Bray Wyatt being removed from WWE's internal roster, it appears that the company is moving on from whatever Bliss's angle would have been, and she could make an emphatic return later this month. At this very moment, there is a lot going on behind the scenes in WWE as the company prepares to be acquired by Endeavor later this year. In addition to that, WWE has the new World Heavyweight Championship and big plans for this summer, and could soon be adding even more programming to its schedule. At the inaugural Moffett-Nathanson Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference, Nick Khan said that ideally for WWE, they would have a show every week, and revealed one idea that the company has been pondering. He said, "Something we've discussed internally, Lucha Libre, which is big in Mexico and Latin America, to start something like that down the road. That's something that's interesting to us, especially with the growing Hispanic audience in the US. We over-index in the Hispanic community already with our English content. To target that is something of interest for us." Khan added that before any plans for a Lucha Libre show can begin, the company needs to settle their media rights deals in the US and the UK, and also needs to find its footing as part of Endeavor's TKO Group holdings. WWE already has a new show in the works, as company officials are hopeful that NXT Europe will premiere later this year, and time will tell if we also get this Lucha Libre weekly show. In 2019, the film Fighting With My Family came out, detailing the early life and career of AEW star Saraya. The film, featuring an impressive cast including Florence Pugh and The Rock, culminated with Saraya winning the WWE Divas Championship on the post-WrestleMania 30 Raw, but could a sequel be in the works? Speaking on the Corner podcast this week, Saraya said that she hopes to get a second film, but if that were to happen, it would definitely not be PG. The former Page explained that given what happened in the years after her Divas title win, it would have to be a harder rating than PG, and said that the proposed film would address her hitting rock bottom. In the years after Saraya's big title win, she would deal with substance abuse problems, be the victim of a disgusting hacking that would leave her suicidal, and be forced to retire due to her neck issues. Of course, the biggest issue with a possible sequel is the fact that Saraya is no longer with WWE, and the company may be less than thrilled at the idea of being part of a major project for an AEW star. Whether Saraya gets her film sequel, only time will tell, but would you be interested in another chapter in her life making it to the silver screen? Sound off in the comments. And we're ending today with Trish Stratus, who is fully committed to being a heel, and was conspicuous by her absence during this week's Raw. Raw saw Becky Lynch lay out the challenge to Stratus for a match at Night of Champions, and we now know why the Hall of Famer didn't make it to the show. Taking to Twitter, Stratus revealed that during Raw, she was receiving the key to the city of Niagara Falls, which included the Canadian receiving a literal giant key. While WWE has yet to make the match with Lynch official, a contract signing has been scheduled for next week's Raw, and expect the 7-time women's champion to be back on the upcoming show.